4th meditation online workshop. My name is Heather Evans. I am with Journeys on the Mat, and I'm so excited that you are joining us for the 4th out of 5 online meditation workshops that we are doing for the month of February. Now, last week we talked about the 7 chakras that are in the body, and we talked about how when you're meditating, you can utilize the chakras to bring different energies and different intentions into your practice. Tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite types of meditation, which is Metta meditation, M-E-T-T-A, Metta meditation. We're going to talk about the difference between guided and unguided meditation, and then I have a really special treat for you tonight. One of my dear friends, Michael Shippish, has joined us tonight. He is a fantastic friend, an amazing yogi, and he is actually going to lead us through a 20-minute guided meditation practice. So I'm deeply honored and so grateful to him for taking time out of his schedule to be with us tonight. So to get started, we will do what we do at the beginning of every one of these series, and that is to get centered and just do a little meditation to get ourselves grounded, present, and ready for tonight. So I would just ask you, find a comfortable seat for yourself. You can even lie down, but listen to your body and do what's right for your body in this moment. So you can either sit in a chair like I am tonight, you can sit cross-legged on the floor, you can lie on the floor or on a bed if that's how you feel most comfortable. Whatever position you take, just remember we want to keep the spine really nice and long. So if we're seated, we want to make sure that our root base, the root of our pelvis, is grounding down into the seat or into the floor. From there, you can gently roll up through your spine if you're seated, and just lift up through the crown of your head, allowing the shoulders to drop gently down away from your ears. If you're lying down tonight, just make sure that you allow your spine to become really long along the floor or along the bed so that you feel that support all the way down your back. You can choose to use one of our mudras that we explored in week 3. So you can place one hand on top of the other. You can use Chin mudra. You can place your palms down or up, but choosing something that feels really good to you. As you're getting comfortable and as you're settling in, you can close your eyes gently, or you can look down with a very soft gaze if you're seated, or you can look up at the ceiling if you're lying down. So just, again, choosing what works best for you in this moment for your body. And if you start getting settled and you're feeling like, yeah, no, that's not right for me tonight, feel free to change it up. It's completely up to you. So again, lengthening the spine, allowing the eyes to close softly, and then just tuning in to what the body is doing in this moment. Taking a moment to notice your breath. And we're not changing anything about the breath. We're just noticing what it's doing in this moment. Is your breathing fast or slow? Are you breathing deep into your low belly, or is your breath a bit more shallow and into your upper chest? We talked about last week noticing if you're breathing through one nostril more than the other, so breathing through your right or your left nostril a little bit more. So just paying attention to that as well. Again, we're not changing anything. Nothing is right or wrong here in this moment. We're just noticing what's happening. Once you've taken a moment to do that, just allowing your breath to become softer and deeper. So practicing some of that 3-part breath that we explored in week 1. On your inhale, breathing deeply into low belly, low ribs, and upper chest. And on your exhale, exhaling upper chest, low ribs, and low belly. Allowing your belly on the inhales and exhales to be soft and round and full. Allowing that full muscle release so that all of your body can relax and settle in. As your breath begins to slow and deepen, you can always add a count to your breath of 3 or 4, making sure that we're making that count equal on both the inhale and exhale. So maybe inhaling for a count of 4, and then exhaling for a count of 4. When we do this, we bring intention to our breath. We bring an evenness to our breath, allowing our sympathetic nervous system to take a little break and allow our parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. So allowing our bodies to settle in and relax even more. Noticing if any tension has crept in anywhere. Noticing if your jaw has tightened. Noticing the space between your eyebrows. Just allowing everything to become soft. As you continue to settle in, I just want to read you a quote from Melody Beatty. Melody writes, "Take time each day to seek out stillness, to find that sacred spot. Let your mind and soul be at ease. Don't grasp and grab for the magic and miracles. When you reside in that place of stillness, the joy, miracles, and magic you're seeking will find you." As you continue to settle in and breathe, just noticing there's no effort. There's simply ease. Taking 3 more deep inhales and exhales, 3 more breath cycles, filling your body with prana, with the life force that is our breath. Thanking yourself for taking the time to be here this evening. Thanking yourself for taking the time to settle in and cultivate your meditation practice. Once you've done 3 breath cycles, on your next inhale, just bring your palms together at your heart center, Anjali Mudra, and bowing your chin down toward your chest slightly, keeping your eyes closed, and just taking a moment here, feeling the energy and tapping into that space that resides at your heart chakra, at Anahata chakra. You might even feel your heartbeat against your hands. And tuning into this moment, knowing that you are alive. Take 1 more deep inhale and exhale. When you're ready, blinking your eyes open, looking up, and just allowing your hands to come back down and settle into your lap. So again, welcome everyone. And if you didn't meditate today, congratulations. You just got in your meditation for today. Well done. We always love it when that happens. So tonight, as I mentioned, we are going to start by talking about Metta meditation. Again, that's M-E-T-T-A. And Metta meditation is one of my favorites because it literally translates to this idea of loving kindness. Loving kindness. So when we participate and when we cultivate metta meditation in our lives, we're cultivating this idea of loving kindness and not just outwardly focused. And this is one of the most critical components of metta meditation, I feel, is that we begin with ourselves. So in order to cultivate loving and kindness for others, we first have to cultivate loving and kindness for ourselves. Now, for a lot of us, that might be challenging. We tend to live in societies that give us a lot of pressure about what we should be doing or what we should be like or how we should look or what yoga poses we're supposed to be doing. And so I feel that this practice is an essential component to cultivating that self-love that might be missing in our lives on a daily basis. So when we cultivate self-love, self-respect, self-honor, when we truly take time to acknowledge and accept the awesomeness and the light that resides in each of us, we can then begin to translate that knowledge of what resides in us to knowing that it resides in others. And that goes back to the mantra we were using of so hum. I am that. So when we can recognize light and talent and beauty in someone else, we have the ability through metta meditation to recognize that light and beauty and talent that resides within ourselves. And it's a really neat concept when you think about it, because once we make the connection between the love that we can cultivate for ourselves and the love that we can cultivate for others, it just makes the world a better place. Judgment begins to dissipate, anger begins to dissipate, we begin to connect with people and meet them where they are, because there's beauty in where each of us is. And so metta meditation allows us to start with the foundation of ourselves. And it's so important that we do this, especially since it's so lacking in our cultures today. So we begin with ourselves. The next step in metta meditation, and this all happens within the same meditation session, is we begin with ourselves, and then the next step is that we can then think about an individual or a couple of people that we then want to send out this loving kindness idea to. So it can be a friend, it can be a parent, it can be a sister, a brother, a loved one, it can be a friend, it can be someone that you admire but maybe don't have a lot of contact with. But as long as you're able to cultivate this idea of loving kindness for one or two individuals, it helps us begin to translate that love and kindness that we have for ourselves to another specific person or to another specific people. So that's step 2 of metta meditation. The third step of metta meditation is then being able to translate that loving kindness that we have for ourselves, for a specific individual, and then translate it to everyone, to a specific group of people, to everyone in the world. Maybe there's a particular social issue that you want to direct your loving kindness to. But it's a 3-step process that is designed to help us understand that we are all part of the same continuum, and that this loving kindness, when we apply it in all 3 of those areas of our lives, can have a profound impact on how we interact with one another, can have a profound impact on how we interact with ourselves, with that self-talk that we direct, with the talk that we direct at other people, with how we interact and deal with situations that maybe are sometimes more challenging than we would like them to be. So I find metta meditation to be an extremely powerful part of my meditation practice, and it's something that I've been working with quite a bit. Studies have actually shown that for individuals who have been practicing meditation for quite a long time, particularly metta meditation for quite a long time, they have enormous compassionate capacity in them. And when they compared people who have been doing metta meditation for many, many years, who have cultivated this practice, to those who have even practiced it for maybe 5 minutes a day for a short duration of time, that capacity for compassion has even begun to develop in those who maybe haven't been practicing as long or as deeply or intensely. So the effects come quite quickly from this type of meditation. And studies have shown that the more we practice metta meditation and meditation in general, the more loving, compassionate, and kind we tend to be in our lives. And that's why I really wanted to share this with you tonight. So I'm actually going to walk you through a metta meditation so that you can see how it works. And in some ways, it encapsulates everything that we've been talking about. It uses mantra. So it does use mantra. It enables us to utilize phrases, words that are meaningful to us, that demonstrate to us that we love ourselves and that we have the capacity for self-compassion, for self-love. So mantra is in there. It also comes from a place where we really want to cultivate anahata chakra here. So this idea of love and acceptance. I was actually talking with Mike last night. We were talking about anahata chakra. And as I mentioned last week, we were talking about this idea that when we think about the heart chakra, it is completely about welcoming in people into this space, into this very vulnerable space of love, of trust. And so when we meet someone and we're meeting them with love and compassion, we want to embrace those people. We want to give them a hug. And so there's this extension from the heart center, and then we pull them into that space as we begin to embrace them. So it's really a continuum of this energy loop where we bring people in. When we talk about the energy loops, remember, we're talking about these energy locks, and those energy locks also come in when we're talking about mudras. So selecting a mudra, whether it's Anjali mudra at the heart to create a connection there, or creating a lock with the fingers, any one of them that feels really good to you, can help to generate a circular energy through the heart. So you can pick which fingers resonate with you in terms of which ones you want to connect. I've seen some people connect all 5 fingers when they're participating in a Metta meditation because they want all points of contact there. I've also seen people just connect the pointer finger and the thumb. So mudras are at work, mantras are at work, and then there's the breath work. So there's really cultivating the ability to breathe into this space, right? There's the pranayama aspect, that breath work aspect, because prana is life, and unless we are being intentional about our life and about how we're living our life, which is translated through how we're intentional about our breath, then those connections can't happen. So we want to make sure that we're breathing intentionally, that we're breathing into this heart space, and that we're thinking about the circular nature of all of this energy. So let's get started. We're going to practice a Metta meditation, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I'd be really interested to see what your feedback is after we go through this practice, and if you start incorporating it into your own home meditation practice. So again, find a comfortable seat. Just get really comfortable. If you're seated, grounding down, lengthening through the spine. If you're lying down, allowing that spine to be long against the surface that you're lying back against. Making sure that your eyes are gently closed or looking down or up at the ceiling, depending on where your position is. Choose a mudra for your hands that feels good to you. One hand on top of the other. Maybe we're creating an energy lock with our fingers, but just choose something that feels really nice in your body. And then again, just slowing down that breath. Slowing down that breath and settling in. Feeling really steady and grounded and secure. And now what I'd like you to do is, as your breath begins to slow, just directing your breath intentionally into your heart space, into Anahata chakra. Thinking about what breathing into that space does for the body. What sensations are you feeling as you're breathing into that space? And just cultivating this energy of love, compassion, and kindness. And I have some mantras that I'm going to share with you as I walk you through this Metta meditation tonight. So again, breathing into your heart center, making sure that you're feeling really relaxed. And I'd just like you to repeat in your head, may I find peace. May I find joy. May I be safe. May I be at ease. May I find peace. May I find joy. May I be safe. May I be at ease. Peace, joy, safe, ease. And continue those mantras for just a moment. Maybe you want to introduce more words that speak to you. Again, we're cultivating kindness for ourselves in this moment. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to bring to mind someone in your life, someone special that you want to send out this loving kindness to. Again, breathing intentionally into your heart center, keeping very at ease and being intentional with your breath into the heart center. We'll repeat our mantra, but we'll send it out to someone else in our life. So having that person firmly in your mind, almost as though you're talking to them. May you find peace. May you find joy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. May you find peace. May you find joy. May you be safe. May you be at ease. Peace, joy, safe, ease. Continuing these mantras, sending out that loving kindness to that person in your life. For the last round, what I'd like you to do is think about a group of people. It can be the entire planet. It can be a group of people that you've had on your mind. It can be a group of people associated with a social issue that is important to you. It can be leaders in our community, whoever you would like. And we'll send out this loving kindness to them. May you all find peace. May you all find joy. May you all be safe. May you all be at ease. May you all find peace. May you all find joy. May you all be safe. May you all be at ease. Peace, joy, safe, ease. Repeating this mantra of loving kindness and sending that out to all of the people you have in your mind. When you're ready, take one more deep inhale into your heart center. Exhaling that loving kindness out. And then bringing your palms together at heart center, bowing your chin slightly down toward your chest. And just taking a moment to feel into your body and what this feels like in this moment. When you're ready, blinking your eyes open and looking up, allowing your hands to release. This to me is an incredibly powerful practice. With the amount of hatred, with the amount of division, with the amount of dislike, with the amount of separation we have on our planet, for me, this meditation reminds me that I am never alone, that I am connected to the human experience. It's also helped me cultivate compassion, particularly for those individuals that I might struggle with better understanding. So maybe an individual that I don't necessarily agree with or who has very different viewpoints from my own. This practice, when I can direct that loving kindness energy through this meditation to those individuals or to that person, has really helped me come to a place where I can meet people where they are, where I want to understand their experience, where I want to better understand how I am connected to that individual, how I am that just as much as they are me. And so I encourage you to play with this. And the mantras that I used, may I find peace, may I find joy, those are just examples. You can utilize your own phrases, your own words, those words that speak to you, those words that maybe you're craving to hear in your own life. I am loved, you are loved, they are loved. So the nice thing also about this meditation practice of metta meditation is that it also allows us to be creative in who we think about, where we spend that energy, and the words that we utilize. You can say the mantras out loud, you can say them in your head. Again, there's a lot of freedom with how to explore this metta meditation, but I hope it becomes a regular part of your practice. Now, this flows really nicely into the next part of our practice, which is where we want to talk about the differences between guided and unguided meditation. So I just gave you an example, and Michael's going to give you an example a little later, of guided meditations. So guided meditations are those meditations where either someone is walking you through a meditation process. And there are plenty of guided meditations that you can access for free online. There are workshops that allow for guided meditation. You can read and have guided meditation that way. Listening to music is another example of guided meditation. Walking meditations tend to be guided as you're guided by nature or guided by things that are happening around you. So any type of movement meditation tends to be guided just because there are outside influences kind of determining and setting a direction for where your meditation is going to go. So it helps, for me, guided meditations help to focus the mind. They give me a point of reference. I feel much more connected to my breath in a guided meditation, and I feel much more grounded. Now, as we all cultivate our meditation practice, we can then begin to explore unguided meditation. And unguided meditation is allowing yourself to fall completely into the process of meditation. It means not necessarily walking in with an intention. It means not having somebody guide you through a process. It means being completely present in the moment, in your body, in your breath, without outside distractions or outside direction. And it is said that unguided meditation can take some time to cultivate, because if you are like me and we're all on this journey of cultivating our meditation practice, I can find myself sometimes, if I don't walk in with an intention, or I don't have direction from someone else, or I don't have a mantra that I'm focused on, my brain can wander all over the place. Which is, again, we debunk that myth. That is completely fine if your brain wanders during your meditation. So unguided meditation really forces me in some ways to be completely present, notice when my mind is wandering, and then bring it back to a point of focus, whether that is my breath, whether that is noticing what thoughts come and go. But an unguided meditation is something that can take some time to cultivate. So if you don't get it right away, no big deal. Guided meditations are a great place to start. And again, there are tons of resources available online, in books, utilizing music. Being in nature is a great way to experience guided meditation, as nature can direct what's happening. So play around with both of them. See what's resonating with you. On some days, maybe a guided meditation is more what your body is needing, what your body, mind, and breath are needing. On another day, it might be unguided. So really, it's about tuning in and listening to your body. So on that note, I am very happy to introduce you to Mike Shippish, and I'm going to bring up his bio here. That way I can tell you a little bit about this awesome human being. I had the pleasure of meeting Mike in Bali last November. He's part of a yoga teacher training course that I was assisting on, and his light is unbelievable. He is such a beautiful soul in this world, and I'm so honored that he took the time to be here tonight. So he sent me his bio, so I'm going to share it with you all. Michael was introduced to meditation over 2 years ago during a Bikram yoga class. And although meditation is not part of the Bikram yoga class, Michael fell into a conscious, moving meditation. This is what led him to continue his journey with yoga, as well as establishing a regular meditation practice. With this practice, he has been able to reduce the stresses and anxiety that come with daily life, so some of those benefits we've been talking about, as well as learn how to better handle certain situations. He recently traveled to Bali to complete his yoga teacher training, and he gained further knowledge into guided, unguided, repetition, as well as other types of meditation. Michael lives in Chicago, and he's seeking yoga teacher opportunities, as well as opportunities to lead group meditation. And I am so pumped that he's going to lead us in a group meditation tonight. So I am going to turn it over to you, Michael, and yeah, take it away. I'm so excited to see what you're going to share with us tonight. So just give me one moment, and there we go.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Well, I guess first and foremost, thanks for having me. I am honored. And let's get started. Just get in a seated, comfortable position. Like Heather mentioned earlier, you can be laying on your back. You can be in an upright seated position, something comfortable for you. And again, keeping that spine straight. You can choose a mudra of your choice as well. Let's take a few breaths here, just to get ourselves centered again. So there's times in our lives when we have dreams and we may not remember them at first, and then all of a sudden it pops up. But rather than the actual details of the dream, you remember how it made you feel, the emotions that are associated with it. I recently had a dream, and I couldn't quite remember what had happened. And of course, like most things that you can't remember, they pop up at a less than ideal moment. I remembered, and my heart sank. It was a less than ideal ending to the dream that I had. So I said to myself, there has got to be something behind this. There has to be a reason or a message here that I'm supposed to get. There's a reason I had this dream. And oddly enough, which never happens in my case, I knew right away. I knew what I was supposed to work on. The interesting realization is that it's been a recurring theme in my life probably for the past year or so. And that theme, it's trust. So many times in our culture, we're expected to be the best at something. But what we need to do is we need to start at the beginning and trust the process. When you're a baby and you begin to walk, you learn by falling. When you learn to ride a bike, again, you learn by falling. When you're in yoga, trust your body. You might not be able to do all the bendy and curvy moves that the person next to you is doing. But you are able to trust your body and do what it's asking you to do that day. Perhaps there's been times in your life when there were events that you were looking forward to attending or really excited about, and they were postponed or perhaps canceled altogether. Trust that the universe has your back. Trust that you are supposed to be where you're at right now. Trust that maybe that event wasn't supposed to happen, or maybe it's supposed to happen at a later time. Maybe you have some decisions that you need to make. Um, Maybe you're applying for jobs and several offers come in at the same time. Or maybe you've been hurt in the past and you're afraid to open up again. Or maybe you're scared out of your mind because you have no idea what the next step is in your life. Trust. Trust in yourself. And that's a self with a capital S. That self, that uppercase S, self, it lives in your heart. And it's not going to lead you in the wrong direction. It led you here tonight. When you get out of bed in the morning, you don't look down at the floor to make sure it's going to be there. You trust that when you hop out of bed, the floor is going to catch you. When you take that step, you trust that the floor is going to be there to catch your foot. Each step that we take, we trust that the ground will catch that foot. So, in terms of your daily life and those job offers or those events that are not happening, or that goal that you have, or wanting to be perfect on day one, trust the process. Trust that although you may not know how you're going to get there or achieve that goal or accomplish whatever it may be, trust yourself that you can take that first step and you could trust the journey of each step of the way that's going to get you to that place. You will begin to cultivate trust in yourself, and vulnerabilities will begin to subside. So many times we stop ourselves from moving forward. So again, trust. Trust. I think one of the biggest things that we do again is that we stop ourselves and we just, all we have to do is let ourselves become what we're destined to be. Get out of our own way. Trust that our mind, our heart is going to lead us in the right direction. The best way to find out if you trust somebody is to trust them. Ernest Hemingway. Have enough courage to trust love one more time, and always one more time. Maya Angelou. Do not lose hope. What you seek will be found. Trust ghosts. Trust those that you have helped will help you in their turn. Trust dreams. Trust your heart, and trust your story. Neil Gaiman. The world is made of faith, trust, and pixie dust. Peter Pan. So I invite you to search through your daily life, and when you wake up in the morning, trust that although it may be cloudy and gloomy, that the sun is behind those clouds and it is shining down on you, and it's giving you that light force to believe in yourself, to just take that first step and begin to trust and open your heart. And with that, I invite you to take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Whew. I mean, just personally for me, the energy that I feel when you're sharing your meditation about trust, it is incredibly powerful. And I think all of us have moments in our lives where we need to remind ourselves that we do need to trust. And I need that quote from Peter Pan because it is just too good, and I need to share it with people. So make sure that you send it our way. Or actually, Michael, if you can post that to the Journeys on the Mat Facebook page, that would be amazing. So yeah, Peter Pan, way to go. Awesome, awesome. Absolutely beautiful. Again, I'm just so happy that you were able to make it tonight, and thank you for sharing your light with everybody. You truly are you're just an exceptional human being. So I'm very lucky to have you in my life. On that note, that pretty much concludes tonight's session. I did want to share with you a few things that are coming up. So first of all, this is week 4. Next week is our final meditation workshop, and I'd love for it to be as interactive as possible. So if you can tune in live, we're going to be taking questions. If you can't make it to the live session, feel free to post your questions to our Facebook page if you have a question about meditation or anything that we've talked about, mantras, mudras, pranayama and breath work, anything about meditation that fascinates you or that you'd like a little bit more information about. We're going to be talking and taking those questions next week on Tuesday from 8 to 9 Central once again. Another thing that I wanted to share with you is that this is the final week for a buy one, get one half off registration for our yoga and meditation retreat that is happening at the beautiful grounds of Stoll Lake Farm on Salt Spring Island, just off the coast of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. So if you're at all interested in registering for our retreat, we're going to be exploring our asana practice. We're going to be exploring meditation. There's going to be great dialogue. The accommodations are amazing. The food is incredible. And it's an island off the coast of British Columbia. So come, play, hang out. It's going to be a great time. I know that some of you are registered, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you out there. And then last but not least, I wanted to give you a heads up because next week I'm going to be introducing our 21-day meditation engagement. And I'm really excited that I'm going to be offering this, and it's going to kick off. It will be 21 days of motivation and inspiration for you to cultivate your meditation practice. So for 21 days straight, if you register, you will get an email in your inbox each day with a focus for your meditation, some suggestions about a mudra or a mantra that you can use, some suggestions about breath work. So we will be working together on cultivating 21 days of meditation together because there is nothing like cultivating a consistent practice to begin to see the results of meditation and what it can do in your life. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to be offering that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're just going to play and explore together, and it'll be really interactive, and we'll see what happens at the end of 21 days of consistent meditation. So with that, I would just like to say thank you. Thank you again to Michael for being with us tonight. If you have any questions or if you want to reach out to us at all, you can find us at www.journeysonthemat.com. You can always contact us via Facebook or at our email address, which is info@journeysonthemat.com. Until the next time, take care, and we'll see you soon. Namaste.